Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again. This segment is just to kind of let you guys know what is going on in this episode. So, in this episode, there is a situation. Towards the end, or anywhere in this episode, there is a blank. That means there's no sound coming in the episode, and you might think that is your fault. That is my fault. You can blame me, say it was my fault, because that is an editing problem, and that's because of recording and the recording platform that I use. If that happens to be in the episode, if that's in it, what you need to do is to just disregard it. Don't worry about it. Consider it like an ad break. Consider it like a break. Consider it like we're taking a 5 minute break. Consider it like that. So, no freaking out. No need to worry. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode, enjoy what's in it, and y'all have a good one. And enjoy this one. Really enjoy it and have fun. And please disregard the blanks in there. Consider them breaks. Hope you guys enjoy this episode and thank you guys for understanding and for your cooperation. There it is. There it is. There it is. Fuck you, Craig. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is so good to see you all. This little interview we have today is very, very special to me. It's very special to me, actually. This is C.B.Mac. Now, if you're well, if you know, first of all, if you know Immortal Being, and if you know the whole label, and you've seen him around, if you've been part of the shows that we ran, then C.B.Mac has pulled up multiple times. He pulled up multiple times. I think you did Devil's Night, actually. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That was fun.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It was amazing, your whole set. And we missed you on the last one. I missed you.
Yeah, I couldn't. Too many time constraints. I wanted to do it, but I had so much going on with work and just family and everything. I really, as much as I wanted to, I wouldn't have had enough time to pull off something that I would have been satisfied with.
Oh, yeah, you would have had to do like some crappy.
Yeah, nah. That wouldn't have sat well with me.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense though. I've been seeing Instagram. I've been seeing, you're pumping out a lot of new music, and especially the sexy picture that you have on Instagram.
Now, that's been recent. I've been trying to put myself out there a little bit more.
No kidding, you're putting yourself out a lot more. I can see that's new. Now the whole new thing you're doing with those new pictures, is that something that was planned, or you just surprised everybody with just, those?
Honestly, nothing with me and Instagram. Nothing is ever really planned. I usually go with the flow. So when it comes to taking photos, it's usually on the fly. If I take a photo and I like it, then I'll post it. If not, then you'll never see it. But yeah, most of what I do is going with the flow, and I do have things I like to prepare for because I do like my routine and schedules and making sure things get done. So there is a place for that. But I do like to balance it with a little spontaneity.
Ooh. I have no idea what spontaneity is, but I'm already interested.
I like to be spontaneous sometimes. It's just like on the fly. I like to do stuff that I'm just feeling in the moment. And a lot of those photos you see sometimes is just like in the moment. I just felt the need to take a picture and it came out nice. So I thought I'd share it with everyone.
That's very good. That's nice that you're open. And damn, really open.
I'm still closed off a little bit, but I'd like to think I'm expanding.
Very. No kidding. Oh, good. Okay, I'm just taking a break of those for now. Just take a nice break.
Oh, you're looking at them now. Oh.
Yeah, and I also
Cool,
need
cool.
inspiration.
Very cool. I'm glad. I'm happy to inspire.
Oh yeah, I've been a fan of yours. Since Immortal Being told me about you months ago, actually.
Yep. Awesome.
It was weird though. It was just also crazy, like how you came up. I saw your page multiple times actually. Even my old account I saw, and you were just one of those ones that I wanted to do for a very long time.
Well,
Like,
time is now.
yeah, I did feel bad that Crown got you before me, but they have. I have something that they don't have.
Well, the way that worked is because I was gonna book with both of you, but I think when I went to yours for the calendar, it was booked already. Like the way it seemed, the dates that I wanted that were close by were already booked, so I had to book for January. So if that wasn't the case, you probably would have had an interview with me before Crown.
Yeah, it's all right. It probably would have happened like this anyway, because the release time it's crazy for me.
Okay, yeah.
It's insane. But I
Is
did
you-
want to touch base on one thing that I saw very interesting was this new EP coming out. I saw a pre-save link for it, so it must be coming out soon. What's up with the EP? Like, what's up with that? I want to get into the knowing of this. It is called, I believe it's called Dust Mantle EP,
yes,
which that's a very interesting name, by the way. It's almost like a volcano name or like a hurricane name.
that's cool. I didn't think of it that way. That's pretty cool though. Um, so I'm a bit of a nerd, a fantasy nerd, and the EP that's going to be out soon. I can get the exact date for you because I don't even remember because I said it a couple weeks ahead. But the EP is basically a mix of two older songs that I've done before and then one new one that I made specifically for this EP. And it's a darker has a darker tone to it, as you can tell by the cover art. But the Dusk Mantle title comes from the second song called Stormborn, and in there, one of the lyrics is saying Dusk Mantle on purple and orange, because those are basically my brand colors: black, white, purple, and orange. And I love purple and orange because of the. I just love sunsets. It's amazing. Um, so that's where it all comes from. It all comes from the second song, the Dusk Mantle, sunsets, and that whole idea of a darker vibe. So I thought Dusk Mantle was appropriate.
Oh. Now,
S-
I had a feeling that was going to be like that. I had a feeling because you always had the moon emojis by your name and you always had that dark profile pics. I had a feeling you were going to make some type of dark piece. I had a feeling.
Yeah, it was a good feeling.
Yeah. And when I saw the moons, like firstly I thought you were like a philosopher. I thought you were like one of those on Instagram.
I
There's one
mean,
of those.
aren't we all philosophers in our own right?
Yeah. I didn't think about that. That is true. Very true.
We all have our own path, but I believe that we're all philosophers. We all learn from each other in some way, and we all have our own perspective on life, and always changes as we grow and meet new people. Oh, you're muted, I believe. I didn't hear you for a second there.
Ugh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there we go.
I don't know. Discord is getting on my last nerve. Seriously, it's getting on my last nerve.
Does it do this often?
Um, I think it was just the one time. Actually, now I think it was just the one time.
Hmm,
Weird, crazy. Um, but I'm good. I'm good now. And I'm glad this happened. This is raw. I want it to be all natural.
absolutely. And just to finish off the point for the EP, it should be released January 13th, and I remember now I specifically chose that date, the 13th. I just wanted that number.
Oh, so this EP will be released on the 13th. Now, um,
Yeah.
A random date, because the 13th happens to be a Thursday. Now, why on earth would you, why on earth would you go with doing that?
One is I hate doing what everyone else does. That's just ever since I was a kid, I always just you guys go right, then I'm going left. Um, so 13th, I wanted for the number. I didn't really um, to me it didn't matter the day it fell on. I just wanted the number. So if it fell on a Monday, I would have released it on a Monday. It doesn't bother me. I know there's Friday is that that's that day that everyone puts out their music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I like releasing music when I want to release it, and also on random days. Um, I just feel it stands out a bit more. You just have something to look for on other days rather than waiting for that specific day when everyone releases their music on Friday. You can say, "Oh, well, C.B.Mac's releasing on Thursday, or maybe it's a Tuesday, whatever it may be." I just like releasing on different days. That's just what I like to do.
Oh, that's really brilliant. I do like the idea of just going random. Some people just always release on Fridays or just release once a month. I like that you surprise people and you go crazy.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's just kind of go against the grain sometimes.
Oh yeah, I wish more people did that. I wish more people did what you're doing, or there'd be a lot more unique talent, you know.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Well, hopefully, there's an increase in musicians lately, so maybe that'll happen. Who knows?
I hope so because with the surge of all these new artists that are coming out, I would hope that there'd be more creative methods in place for their music, whether it be the music itself or how they release their music, anything. Just I hope people try different stuff because you never know what you can find. Some new niche, some new method, some new platform, whatever it is. Any way to engage the people that enjoy their music.
Yes, preach on. Yes. Y'all need to be taking notes. Seriously, fun.
Taking some notes.
They need to. They're not paying
Uh,
attention well enough. They should. Yes, I'm looking at you all of you. I'm just joking. I'm just pulling your legs. Um, I this I'm curious about now. You don't have to answer. I know it's something, you know, personal, but do
so
you remember in Dramatic? You remember Immortal Being? Are you still with them? Are you like what's your relationship and status with them and with the whole duo and label and everything?
I'm still working with them. I'm not signed to them. I'm really weary of signing with labels because I do value my creative expression. I really put a lot of emphasis on doing things how I like to do them, whether they're good or bad. I like the onus to be on me. If it's something good, great. I can grow from it. If it's something bad, then I'll learn from that as well. Um, but I still work with them. We're currently working on a mixtape with Scribbles. So it's myself and a bunch of other artists, and we're just working on a bunch of tracks together. So I sent in my parts already, and who knows? Well, there might be some future projects. But I like working with these guys. I find they're very organized and very passionate in what they're doing, and that's what stands out for me. So I'm always down to work with them.
Oh, that's so exciting! And I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get them because they're not telling me. Damn it! They didn't even tell me about this mixtape.
I hope I didn't spoil anything.
You didn't spoil much. Made things better. So when I go into the group chats, which
Yeah,
I'm in a lot of them more now, I'll get my revenge soon.
there'll be some juicy chats.
Yes, there will be, and even more juicy because him and I are working on a lot more projects now, so it'll be even more juicy.
Very cool.
Oh yes, absolutely. And you'll get your revenge if you don't show up to the next concert. Now you'll get your revenge. I didn't do it for Rise of the Phoenix because it was like the end of the year, and I just didn't feel like it. And I was on break,
Uh,
so. But
yeah.
you will be getting revenge if you don't show up. That's a guarantee.
I'm definitely, if they put on another show, I'm gonna hop on for sure. I do like the way they present these shows, these free shows with a bunch of artists, so many talented people. It's crazy. I love watching it. Um, the first one sparked my interest when I saw all the different talent, and then the second one, uh, so many, I was blown away. I was just blown away by the talent. So I'm definitely, if the chance comes up again, I'm not gonna let it pass me by.
You better not. Now, actually, that last one, Devil's like, you came on a perfect like day because did you see the Echo Dolls? Did you get a chance to see their performance there?
What was the name again?
Echo Dolls.
Echo Dolls.
You
I
know the
might
one
have.
made a fox and the set they did.
Oh, I think I remember them. There was a lot of artists though that had really interesting setups, like a lot better setup than I did, I find.
Oh yeah, I do agree. Like next Apollo, I loved his Devil's set. His
Yeah, they were cool. Next Apollo, I liked Alex Trinity. I liked his style. That was I wasn't expecting that from because he seemed very young, but I liked his approach. It was very artistic, and I liked. He has a great voice. He has a very good voice, singing voice, and he has a lot of potential. I find.
Oh yeah, that's another fave I love. And it's weird though, because he used to go through alter ego, and then now he has this brand new image. It's crazy how much you
Hmm.
know a person, how much they changed throughout
Yeah.
time.
No, it's bound to happen. I mean, especially if you're discovering yourself through some form of artistic expression, you start learning about yourself a bit more, and you start to see what you could potentially do and how that's like changing you as you're interacting with this artistry. Um, I've gone through so many changes, and but all for the better. But I've gone through so many changes that I can't see myself not doing music. Like at least rapping, but I know there's gonna be more I can do later on.
Oh, I know it, I know it. I already even predict you'll have your next post with the shirt off. I know, I already predicted.
Trying to keep the shirt off to a minimal, but
But even so, like I loved you being yourself, especially even at weird times, like when I would like randomly text you like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like you're very peppy, like, and you're sometimes really out there. Like,
yeah, I have my days.
oh yeah, the best days and worst ones, of course.
We all it's all about balance. It's all about balance, which you got to let
Yeah,
yourself go sometimes.
absolutely. And take it from me, I've been through two times a balance.
Yeah. Well, at least you bounced back. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I did. You did see I did make a new account, so I did bounce back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
even did much better though. Like I did bounce back. I am making lots more, including yours, which is right now. And then there's another. I don't know. Have you heard the new show? That have you heard about it?
The wrap it out.
No, it's a new one that we're doing.
No,
That
I have not heard about the new one.
oh what? Okay,
No.
you need to look at my Instagram more. This is
All
this
right,
is
will
this is
do.
embarrassing. You don't know. Come on.
I'm gonna check it out right now.
Oh shoot, I don't have a poster, but I'm gonna actually tell you here because it's actually
Okay.
also on the server. Me and Amona Being and Big MC. Do you remember Big MC or
I'm actually working on a project with him right now. I sent him my
really?
vocals. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, how is it? Like, I've seen his works of art. Firstly, it's amazing. Like, how is it with him?
Well, it's cool. He's very passionate, and the fact that he's studying English and he has a nice grasp on the grammar and the construction of rhymes and words and phrases and everything, and like he's got a leg up, I find, on a lot of people. So his style I respect, and we just work well together. We bounce off each other ideas. We like similar artists, so no, it's a good collaboration. Really good.
Oh, that's really good. I figured you two would work together. Every time I talk to him, like he's always putting. I don't know if he did this for you too, but he would put verses. He would actually randomly, like, it'd be like this one time. Well, for me, I'm Central Time, so this
Okay.
one time I was like literally up at 7 a.m. getting ready for work, and he literally put like a random verse in there, and I'm like, what is that? And it's weird. He just happens, to be writing.
Yeah, no, he's very passionate. Whenever we talk about writing, or just rhymes in general, and he gets very enthusiastic, and he just wants to showcase how well it's written or how deep it is, and this metaphor and that. And it's cool to see. I love seeing that passion. I could already tell he's going to do a lot of great things.
Absolutely, and I'm proud of the guy. He's studying English. I mean, now that's a leg up on competition. If you ask me, that's a huge leg up.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell just by the songs that he showed me on his SoundCloud and some other stuff he's working on. I can hear just the way he writes that it's 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 similar to the style that I enjoy. I enjoy the how would you call it? I guess the technical rapper.
Yeah.
Um, I really enjoy that, and I have a big respect for technical rappers. So when I heard his stuff right away, I knew he was a technical rapper. I could tell, but
Yes.
at the same time, he's able to change his styles up for whatever fits with the beat. So I respect that as well. He's diverse. He's a diverse technical rapper. So big respect to Big MC.
Oh, I love support. I love the support. Don't y'all? I
It's
do
all
love
about that. That's what we got to do. We have to support each other.
Absolutely. If only people would do that more, then they wouldn't lose so many. I'm not even gonna get into it. It's not even worth the time. It's never worth the time. It's not even worth my time. Um. Now there's another thing that I was very. I've been wondering this. I just been scared to ask you because usually, like this one guy freaked out when I asked him about his profile pic. So, um, I'm very scared to
Well,
ask this. I'm
well, no. I
scared.
mean, if my pics are up, I mean it's public, so I should be willing to talk about it.
Yeah. It's weird how he would get a big idea from me even though it's published. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
So what is your question?
You have this whole um, and it's everywhere. Really. Even your Discord image has a dark theme to it, which I'm
Oh
jealous.
yeah,
Of. I'm so jealous. You got a nice one. Jealous.
and that picture I have on my Discord is an old one because I played. Well, I still play the game called Magic the Gathering. It's a card
Oh,
game, and my friends and I, what we used to do is we'd print out or make alternate art and just make our own cards just for fun. And that image I found and I tweaked it, that I now have up on my Discord, is the same image I used for a card I created, and I just love the image, so I just kept it for ever since I've had Discord.
ah, sick. It looks
Yeah,
amazing. It
I
looks
love it.
It looks like contrast to your Instagram. Is the dark theme like your preferred um theme when it comes to social media and music, or is that just something you just happen to just like?
Um, well, I do have. I think I do have an affinity. No, actually, I know I have an affinity for darker things. I just always like darker things. I'm not a dark person. Like how you say, like I'm a very upbeat. I would say upbeat, mellow kind of guy. Like I'm
Oh,
super chill, but I do gravitate towards darker themes. I really like that feel. Like I know one of my favorite fictional characters, aside from dragons, is vampires. There's something about vampires. I just like the look of a vampire. How they're so like they live forever, but like at a pretty terrible price. But it's that balance of like the freedom to do whatever you want, but it's at a big cost. But then they at the same time they have this chic look to them because why not just like look the best you can when you're out killing people. But it's just the idea of a vampire and like this vampire lord. Like I don't know, I like the imagery of it. So when it comes to darker themes, I do gravitate towards it. Even in the game Magic the Gathering, my favorite color to play is black. It just deals with death, decay, reanimation, destroying, rebuilding, things like that. So I think I take a lot of that aspect into my, I guess, C.B.Mac persona. But I am definitely, like personally, quite the opposite. I'm a very positive, upbeat type of person. I think that's what a lot of my peers have told me is whenever we interacted and they tell me something that would be a story that's a little bit depressing, somehow just not even thinking, I would respond in some kind of a positive way. They always told me, oh yeah, I guess always looking at the positive. Like I guess that's just what I do. You can't look at the negative all the time.
It makes sense though. Like I can see the Mello part playing, and every time you post a video of yourself, it's always in a dark room with a purple background. So
Yeah, I love purple. Purple, I've become like just like a huge fan of. I just love the color.
I don't blame you. I love purple. Anybody ever wants to give me anything, it has to be green, blue, or purple, or black. It has to be any of those four. In my opinion, they have to be anyway.
That's cool. Yeah, I like the color scheme. That's why I keep. If you notice, most of my releases have been either black, white, orange, or purple, a combination of them, or had some one of those, I guess, shades or colors inside of it. And I'm probably going to keep it that way, just because I feel like that's going to be the brand, and until I'm not making music anymore.
Yeah, I can't envision you doing anything else. I mean, you're around the age now, so where music's gonna stay by you like for a while, for a long
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, absolutely. Music for me has always been like I feel like a broken record because I say this to people all the time when they ask me, but for me, music has been therapy and also like my tool for personal growth. And the reason I say that is because when I wrote when I wrote verses way back when I was younger, and when I was just starting out and trying to improve my writing, the things I was writing at the time I was writing them didn't seem like anything important. It was just, yeah, I'm making up some rhymes and I'm using myself as the character, I guess. But then months, sometimes even years would go by. I would go back just to read over to see some notes, or maybe to see the growth as well from verse to verse. And when I would read some of these, it was almost like I was telling my future self something that I needed to hear. And it was always at the right time. I always read it. It hit me like a younger self writing, a younger self's writing hit me, and hit me at the right moment, at the right time, with the right words. And it was what would be the tipping point for me to change what I needed to change. And it's always been that way. So everything I wrote, I would always go back to, and it was always something that I was like speaking to myself in my future self. So when I got to the point that I needed to look back, it was what I needed to hear. And it happened so often that it was like an epiphany, or I guess you could say, or a connection, a solid connection that made me realize, like, I get it. This is what I need to do for my personal growth, and other people seem to like it as well. So I think this is what I need to do. This is my calling, I suppose you could say. And that clinched it. And I can't go back now. It's not that I can't, but I don't want to go back because there's too much joy for me for writing and just making music in general, but also the utility of it for me to grow and almost like philosophize with myself in a way.
Yeah. And I knew all the time that music, because you were the happiest, in my opinion, you were the most happiest when you're making music. Even you performed for us back in October, like you were like overjoyed, you know.
Yeah.
You're the happiest, you know, when you do music. I mean, of course you're nerdy, and of course you like to joke sometimes, but At the end, it's always been music for you.
Yeah, it's. I was talking to my cousin recently, and he was. I was relaying to him all the projects I was doing and people I was connected with, and it was just fun. I was having a good time, and I love that it was growing. And he was saying, yeah, it's cool. It's one of those things that just consumes you, like you're obsessed, but you love doing it. And he said he was trying to find something like that, and it made me realize that I guess yeah, not everyone has that thing that consumes them, like quote unquote consumes them. Like you just think about it 24/7, and when you get to do this thing, it's you're at your happiest, and you want to share it with people, well, whatever it may be. And some people don't have that. It sucks. And it'd be nice if there was a way to help people find that thing that just calls to them. And I'm happy I found mine because through this, I feel like I can kind of help people realize that, you know, just be patient, go out and explore, and you will find what vibes with you the best. Because one thing I've learned is these opportunities come up, and if you pass them by, sometimes they will come back. Sometimes they won't. But if those opportunities don't come back, then those are opportunities that didn't vibe with you. Like you didn't need to take those. The ones that you really need to take, they will keep coming back and keep showing up until you decide to jump on them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, you're not wrong. I'm a Christian, so I always, you know, have went for every opportunity didn't happen. It was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, yeah. It's true though, because there's been times that things have come up in my life that I had to sit and think about first because it was an opportunity, but then I wasn't sure like, is this the right opportunity? Should I do this? Like I have the moment now to sit and think about it. But the more I thought about it, the more I analyzed it, the more I realized that yeah, this is a good opportunity, but it's not like I don't feel pulled towards it. I don't feel compelled to take it. So it's not in the same realm of thought as I am right now. So I'm gonna let it go. And it was always a good decision. When I had the time to think about it, it was always a good decision to let certain things go that I didn't feel fully invested in.
Yep, I feel you there. I do. Absolutely. And I think everybody has lived a similar lifestyle, you know, has had a hard time with decisions. And that's like everybody's like, it's like a to go to slogan. I know it's weird, but it's like a to go slogan. Even for me, I'm using that as my slogan. For me.
My my slogan or my mantra that I like to I don't repeat to myself, but it's always in the back of my mind is and this is in accordance with like how I feel everyone should be supporting each other in a sense rather than putting each other down to get ahead. Like that whole mentality has proven it doesn't work. It only works for the few, and then the rest are left in the dust.
Yeah.
So this mantra I keep repeating to myself when I go to apply myself to my music is not everyone. Sorry, no one person can do everything, but everyone can do something. And it's that idea of no one has to come up with a solution for every single thing, but what you can do is your part. If everyone did their part, everything would be accomplished in a sense. Like everything would have someone working on it, whatever it may be. So if you have a circle of friends and say some person, one of them comes up with an idea like I want to start a business, but he feels like he's alone, so he has to do everything. So he might have all this pressure and just does not want to do it because it's just too much. But if everyone has the support system with them saying, I want to help you do that, what can I do? So now everyone can do something, and that becomes a reality through, you know, a community mind state rather than, oh, I got to do it all myself. And that's just like one example. Globally, I feel like that's where it needs to be taken is everyone needs to do up their part. Not needs to, but in a sense of like, you know, it's your duty. But if everyone helped each other in some way, like there would be so much less stress on everyone. There would be so much less anger and it's just the support that everyone's lacking. It's that unity that we're all lacking. Everyone's divided, especially now, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not wrong, now with everything happening. I do gotta I do gotta up the praise on, support. I feel like that is very needed, to be honest. That's actually partially why this platform even started, because I love supporting. Absolutely right. The world does need more. And nowadays, people are reaching out. They're getting, ready because Omicron's here, and they gotta get their act together because we don't know what's gonna happen.
That's it, and it'd be more beneficial if everyone was just more supportive rather than ridiculing. And anyways, that's a whole other thing. But the idea is through the music, what I like to do is that's why I always use myself as the character, because I like to point fingers at myself and use myself as the example. So if it's gonna be through tough love kind of thing, it's gonna be directed at myself, but hopefully through that. Some kind of insight will be gained from listening to the song. Might not be. Might just vibe with the flow and the beat, which is cool. But like I said, when I write, it's mostly working out my thoughts, like getting because I live in my head a lot. I overthink things. I'm getting better with it, but writing has helped me with that. So using myself as the martyr in my music helps me to relay my thoughts and philosophies and desires, I suppose, without putting anyone on the spot or without being too preachy in a sense. Because like a lot of people tell me sometimes, like especially my friends, when we get into conversations, I get a little too how do you say, not yeah, I guess sometimes, yeah, a little too extreme. Just because I'm so passionate about it, I can't hold myself back sometimes, and that's another thing I'm working on. So I try not to do that into my music because I don't want people to hear it and be like, "Ugh, like what's this guy's like talking at me, like he's pointing his finger at me." Like I don't want that. That's not what I want at all.
Yeah.
I just like yeah, I enjoy making music, but there are times when I do want to relay a certain message, but I want to not encrypt it, but I want to do it in a way that's a little more creative. But I like using myself as the character, not in a vain way, but more as like a self-improvement way.
Oh, dude, you hit me. I felt that.
Oh yeah, dope.
You hit me. But I'm not surprised though. I'm not surprised about I'm not crazy about that part about going crazy and going extreme. You've always I could tell that you've gone over the top, especially when you're making music or just in a good mood. Especially that car trip you took with either that's your kids or you're babysitting. Maybe those are
uh,
your
which one? Well, I definitely I have kids. Yeah, I have two kids. I have a son and a daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, those are my
Okay.
kids. That's my son and my daughter. He's 6 and she's 3.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Oh no.
I need to I'm gonna bury my face in ice for a bit. What the? Okay. I thought you were like 26 or something, but you got
That's
changed.
awesome. You think I'm 26? That's awesome. Got them jeans. I got them good jeans.
Yes, you do.
I'm actually 35.
What?
Yeah.
No way. You don't look 35.
Say what? That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that bod doesn't come from 35. That bod comes from 30 or that comes from 25.
That ball comes from maintaining it since I was like 21 maybe 21, 22. Just keep training, just maintain. That's all you got to do. I haven't, my weight has not changed since like high school. Well, maybe not high school. High school I was like 160. But then once I got out of high school and I started training, I was like between 170, 180 and just like always stayed there. Never fluctuated too low, never fluctuated too high. Just I'm always moving though, so I don't have a problem staying fit.
Oh, that's really good. Wouldn't it be crazy if you were on a treadmill right now doing this, or you'd be like jumping around the room doing this right now?
Uh, Probably won't go that extreme. Um, Plus, I'm not the biggest fan of jogging. I like sprinting. Sprinting is my jam. Um, and see, that's funny. It's the extremes. It's either I sprint or I just go for a long walk, but no jogging. I hate jogging.
I'm the same. I cannot do it. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. My friends on a track team, and I'm like, how are you able to jog so fast? I can't do it.
Yeah, no. For me, for some reason, jogging, even with music in my ears, I get bored. Like
Yeah.
it's not fast enough for me to be heightened like awareness, but it's also not slow enough where I can take in the sights. It's like I still have to focus. So it's I'm in between trying to look around and like ponder on things, which I can't. And then I'm getting bored because I'm not going fast enough. So I just end up stopping and going for a walk or something or sprinting or whatever. But like, yeah, jogging is not something I'm interested in.
I don't blame you. I can't do it either. I like I'm in the same boat. It's absolutely boring. And one thing I hated back in school was they used to do knee ups like whenever you would jog. I don't know if they did it for you, but for
Yeah,
me,
I remember those.
knees up like whenever you would jog, and they said you gotta do knees. I'm like, what? Come on! And I don't know how people can do it. I can't do it. I always would have giant cramps in my legs, or I even fainted once on the
Oh
track field.
wow. Yeah, I know a friend of mine. He used to go for jogs and he blacked out during a jog. Oh, excuse me. And I think he said it's just like his heart, I guess, and the oxygen for his body for some reason. Jogging is not for him. Like he can't do it.
Yeah, for those you gotta have good oxygen. Like for me, it's like already worn out after the first jogger. It's like, yep, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, no. I would suggest is going for nice long walks. I used to do when I didn't have my car. I used to go for like 3 5 hour walks just to get to the studio to go hang out with my fellow musicians at the time.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would walk on the highways and just roads you're not supposed to walk on. But I had my headphones on. I would walk for 3 to 5 hours to get there, drenched in sweat. By the time I get there, my legs killing me. And then okay, ready? Let's go do some music. Like, oh, yo, give me a second, man. I would go for a walk if you can't jog. You still get good exercise, and
Yes.
plus it gives you time to think if you really need to.
Yes. I mean, I don't know why people kept bugging me in the past about running. I'm like, yeah, I liked it too. And for some reason, walking always gave me the best songs. Like they always gave me the best song ideas. These are my opinion, especially in the park or, like I go like in college. I'm on college campus, so I would go like even around the campus just for a nice walk. I know it's weird, but it's like so helpful. I even got
Well,
nice.
no, walk is not weird at all. I mean, I always go for a walk. One thing that I do more often than not now is when I need to go come up with a verse or just work out some thoughts. I just go for a walk. It's time away from everything, and especially when I have some music in my head, an instrumental most of the time, it just gives me time to shut out the world and just either deal with what I'm trying to deal with, or just have that time in silence where I can just go for a walk. I find it very therapeutic.
It is. And I can see why they recommend it every time. They always recommend walking. And it's just so relaxing every time you do it. It makes you feel better.
Absolutely, I agree.
Absolutely. But that dad thing you said earlier, I do want to touch base on that because that was very shocking to find out.
Oh, really?
Like, see, I didn't know you were a dad. Like, you never mentioned about your kids before. Or you never even mentioned you were after 30. You never mentioned it, or at least in my face, you never mentioned it. Like,
Yeah, no, I never mentioned my age. I don't know. I sometimes forget my own age. Like I don't really celebrate my birthdays, and
what? Why
well,
not?
I've kind of for me I've gotten over it. I kind of just want to Like I don't want the day of praise. Um, I know I don't think anything bad of it. Like I still wish other people happy birthday on their birthdays. I still do that whole thing. But for me, I don't. I don't. I prefer to just keep going like it's just another day. Um, so there's been a few times where someone asked me and I actually forgot my age. I had to think about the year I was born and calculate because I completely forgot what my age was.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Are
it was
you?
actually funny. I had to laugh at myself, like, oh wait, I'm 30. Wait, I don't know, I'm 30 something. I can't
Oh
remember.
God, you consider yourself lucky because God, when I used to go out shopping, like people used to out age me. They used to out age me. Like every time I mentioned like if I said 25, like I said if I said I'm 25, because I'm very tall, they'll think I'm 30. Like what?
uh,
No, I'm
yeah,
not. They used to outage me all the time going shopping. Like, consider yourself very lucky.
I do. I'm surprised. I feel like I mean they're still young. My kids are still young, but I feel like the lack of sleep is gonna catch up eventually,
It will.
and I'm gonna just like go from 30, maybe 36 to like 45 in one day. I feel it's coming.
I feel it too. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it happens, because there's one time when you sleep for a while, it feels like you're aging 10 years. Sometimes when you
Yeah.
sleep so long, or even when you worked like hours, you'll feel like you've aged like a whole decade. Sometimes I felt like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm 47 when I when I'm like out so long. Like, what? Why am I feeling so old?
Oh yeah, my everyone makes fun of me, but I used to do a cipher, online cipher with Crossroads with Behind That Suit, holding Stefan Roy, and
Oh,
yeah, they would start at 8 o'clock, and that's when I would go to bed. So I'd have to stay up to do this cipher, and there was a few times where I'd have to dip at like 9 o'clock, and they all know, oh yeah, C.B.Mac, dad life, gotta go to bed. But the times I wanted to stay until like 10 o'clock, right near the end, I could feel myself just being super drained and knowing I'm not gonna last. So
yeah,
my sleep schedule, because of work as well, I get up at 5 every single day without fail. Like even on days off, which quote unquote I don't really have days off, 5 o'clock, because I have to keep the schedule the same. So going to bed late for me really really tires me out. And catching up on that sleep has been difficult because I can never find time to catch a nap. It's just difficult.
yeah. At this point, though, I don't do naps anymore. At this point, though, I don't do naps at all. I
I mean,
can't do it. For some reason, I can't seem to fall asleep. Even when I get back from work, it's like, nope, I can't fall asleep because there's another thing I have to do now. Like, I can't fall
yeah,
asleep.
yeah. Forcing yourself to nap, I find it is impossible.
Yeah, you
But
can't.
yeah, I've tried, and just to lie down, like, yeah, I know I need sleep, but I'm not tired right now, so it never works. But those times when, say, I get back from work or wherever, just throughout the day, say if I'm finished work and I'm at home and I still have energy, but then at some point, say an hour in, 2 hours in, I feel myself getting tired. That's my body saying, now you should go for a nap because now you're really tired. So
Yeah.
I have to remind myself to just stop what you're doing because I have this thing of like once I start something, I have to finish it, or else like it's just, I don't know. I'm just a perfectionist and like control freak in that sense. So when I start a mix, even I tell myself, okay, I got to finish this, so I got to rush because I feel myself getting tired. Then I make mistakes and blah blah blah. So I have to remind myself that whenever I'm feeling tired, like I start feeling that drowsiness, just stop what you're doing, go take a nap, and when you get back up, you'll be fully rejuvenated, and you can go on with the rest of what you were doing, your workflow, and then go to bed at the regular time. If I mean, hopefully, if possible,
Yep.
but at least I'll get the extra sleep in.
Yeah. That's basically every day for me. That's basically that's basically my life there.
So we can relate.
Yes, very much so. Now the only thing that would even make it better is if you and I lived in the same place, but I know for a fact you don't.
No, no, I live in Quebec, Canada.
Oh, so you're right near. Mortal being. Oh, I can see how you two relate and how you guys can. Oh, I see. Damn it! Why is everybody that's talented like that come from Canada? Like, I don't
Well,
understand.
I could say this. There's a lot of people I've met through specifically Instagram, but a lot of artists I've met that I find are really really dope artists that live in the States, and I can't, especially now, I can't really go see them, um, or like across the world. I've met
Aw.
some people from Germany. I've met some people from Arizona, Oregon. Um, yeah, it's just just the way it is. You connect with people that you wouldn't normally find if you were just walking around your neighborhood. It's
Yes,
uh,
I know. Yes, and I feel like it's the perfect time, start connecting because I have not been on an airplane since 2018, so it's been almost 4 years, and I haven't been on an airplane in a while. So I feel like I'm going on an airplane every day. It feels like that. At least when
yeah.
I do one of these, it feels like guess what? I'm going on an airplane. I'm going to Canada. I'll see you guys in a day or two.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to look at it.
Absolutely. And I've learned so much. Like it's weird. Like you learn so much. I haven't even been to Canada, and I know half about it. Like one
Yeah,
thing that I do want to put on my bucket list: try poutines, whatever they are. I want to try them so badly.
it's all it is potatoes, well, French fries basically, gravy and curd cheese is the norm type of poutine or
I
poutine.
thought it was syrup. I thought it was syrup that was on,
No,
fries.
it's gravy. It's gravy.
Wait, so it's just fries with gravy?
Yeah, and curd cheese. That's all it is.
Is
But
it
it's
any good?
delicious. It's delicious.
Okay, I'm definitely going over there. And people's been begging me to go over there. I really should, to be honest.
Oh, definitely. It's a nice place, especially Montreal downtown. It's fun to explore. There's lots of things to do.
Oh,
Lots of restaurants.
I do want to go see. I want to see Montreal, and I do want to go to. What is the capital again? What's the capital? On something. Oh, it's. I want to go Toronto, and
Oh, yeah.
Toronto's another one.
Yeah, Toronto's humongous. Toronto's like the New York of Canada.
Oh yes, no kidding. And Immortal Being's from Toronto, so I would love to surprise them one day and say,
Oh, you
"Hey."
definitely should. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
And I actually want to do it for a few people. Even though I do it for you when I go to Montreal, I do want to go there and see what's up with that. What's up down there?
Yeah, let me know. Let me know, and we'll meet up, and I'll show you around. We got a whole bunch of artists. We got art galleries, tons of places you can go see.
Ooh, exciting! I'm excited. I'm gonna put it on my bucket list. Put it on
Nice.
my bucket list. Oh, your kids are so adorable. Wait, what about the blonde hair? Is your wife blonde, or they just happen to have blonde?
Yeah, his mom, my son's mom is a. It's funny. She's a ginger. She's a redhead.
Oh,
That's what's funny because he came out blonde, blue eyes. So I'm a brunette with dark eyes. She's a redhead with blue eyes, and he came out blonde with blue eyes.
wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
They're really authentic blondes. They look so adorable. Okay, that girl of yours is like, she looks so scared and she looks playful.
No, she's such a rambunctious little like curious scientist. She likes to do things over and over until she gets it. That's her thing.
Oh, so if she ate nachos for the first time, she'll keep eating them over and over again until they are delicious.
Oh yeah. The one thing I remember that once I realized that was her method, like her that was her scientific method was repeating things over and over, was when she was first started to walk, and she was we were helping her to go up and down stairs. So I would hold her hand, or she'd hold my fingers, and we'd go up the stairs, and immediately we get to the top, she'd turn around and want to go back down. As soon as we get to the bottom, back up, down, like constantly until she was confident that she could do it. That's the first I guess the first event that I saw that she likes to repeat. And then it was the same with little projects like coloring and drawing. She would do the same thing over and over until she got it to like her satisfaction. It was cool.
Aw, that is very cute. And that's also brilliant. Her methods are brilliant. I never would have thought to do that.
She impressed me with one day she was drawing, and I had never shown her how to draw a circle. Um, I think she saw it on one of her coloring books or something, and she grabbed well, I gave her a pencil. She leans into the paper, very almost like looking at an ant. That's how close she was to the paper, and she drew a perfect circle. And then
What?
but yeah, and then she pulled away, and I looked for a second, and I had to do a double take, and then my mom was there. I was like, wait, did she just draw that? So she looked at me, she smiled, and she went back down. She did it again. I was like, that's impossible. That's impossible. How is
My
she drawing a perfect
God.
circle? Like
What?
obviously, like it wasn't like completely perfect. Like maybe there's like a small little bump, but it was so nice. Like it was nicer than the circles I could make.
Oh my
And
God.
I was so impressed. And right then I knew like, okay, my daughter's like, she's pretty smart, and she's pretty how do you say uh intricate with what she does. So I would say she's a bit more advanced. So I try to get her things that are a bit more required, like an age requirement is a bit higher than hers. And she's still like she needs help here and there, but she's shown that she has a bit of prowess with it. So it's really promising. Like I can't wait. I hope she's a genius. I really hope she's a genius.
She will be. In fact, maybe she'll be the next big MC. Maybe she'll be studying English. We should be
You
doing that.
never know. Honestly, that's one thing I'm doing with my kids is whatever they gravitate towards. Like I'm not pushing them to do anything. Whatever they gravitate towards, and that's what they
Yeah.
like to do, then boom, that's what we're doing. We're gonna do it until say you find out like that's really not what you want to do. That's fine. At least you explored it. But
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna sway them to do anything other than what calls to them.
Oh, that is so nice. Very mature of you. And it's perfect. Your kids are very young, so you'll have lots of time with them.
Yeah, yeah. I already know I'm gonna miss it when they get too old and they don't want to see their dad anymore. It's gonna come, but
You
so I'm
will.
taking advantage while I have the
Yeah.
chance.
But I figured at that time it's like a nice relief though, because it's like, oh, look at them, they grew up so fast. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. I that's one another thing that hit me was my uncle always used to tell me, or he also used to say, um, it goes by fast. He would just say that it goes by fast, and I started realizing that once, like now he's 6, my son's 6, and my daughter's 3, but it's the fact that he's in grade 1 is what hit me when he started school, like kindergarten and then grade 1, and already a year had passed. He started grade 1, and I was thinking, wow, that's how fast 1 year went. And soon he's gonna be in high school. Like, and seriously, in no time at all, he's gonna be in high school. And then I was thinking, okay, so there's gonna be bullies. There's gonna be all the stuff that I used to face when I was in high school. So I'm gonna have to, step up and help him with that. But then I was thinking about my daughter hitting the high school. I was thinking the worst things, and it scared me at first, but it helped me to realize how important it is for me to grow as a person, so I'm ready when they face things. I can be in the right mindset to help them hopefully deal with it properly. Not
yeah.
properly as in there's only one way, but deal with it in a mature and healthy way, rather than like blanket statements and oh, he hit you, you gotta hit him back, and like things like that. Like the things that I was taught, I can dissect them and teach them a way that I know is going to be a healthier method that they can carry on when into adulthood. Um, so it's another reason why I'm so adamant about my writing and being a self growth method, so I can pass it along to them.
I know for certain they're gonna grow up just as successful as you. I already know it. Now, actually, I'm very curious to know this. Have they heard your music yet?
Yes, yes. My son has heard a bunch of my music, um, and I think he knows a few of the choruses by heart. But yeah, no, he's definitely heard a lot of my music. My daughter as well, but not so much because she's only 3, and she's heard it. But her with music is interesting. Like she can play the piano. She likes playing the piano, but I'm not sure she's gonna be into music as much as I am. Because even when we're driving in the car and I put on the radio, sometimes she's like, no music, turn it off. Where my son is the opposite, and he's like, yo, throw on some heavy metal, and we're gonna rock out.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, it's a complete 180. So yeah, my son has heard my music, and I'm definitely showing him a bunch of different types of music, and he's already shown his interest in that, and also dancing and just being. He's like an entertainer, so he's gonna be quite the character.
Oh, he will be, definitely. And wouldn't it be a weird coincidence too if he grew up and he's living your life? Like, now that'd be a weird coincidence.
I mean, as long as he's happy doing it, he really enjoys it. I will be proud of him. As long as they're happy, that's all I want. I want them to be happy doing what they're doing, whatever it is. So if he's gonna follow my path, that's awesome. I can hand the crown and the kingdom to him.
Oh yeah. I can tell too, like in the photo, like he's the one that's smiling and your daughter's just sitting there like, let's be
See?
over now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why they're so opposite. He's the one that likes to be in the spotlight. So whenever there's a camera or something, he's like, check me out. Look what I can do. Whereas my daughter is more like in her own thoughts. She's thinking about stuff and she's observant and she's not very outgoing in that way. But they do feed off each other when they're together running around playing. Like she'll scream and run after him and do all the stuff he does. But when she's by herself, if you're on Instagram, if you check one of the highlights, Life Happens, that I have in there, I have one of my daughter in there that I caught recently, a picture I caught of her recently, where she was just focusing on this pad, and her stance was like, I melted because she's super adorable, but at the same time, it let me see who she was, and she stands with her hand behind her back, with her other hand very focused on the pad, doing what needs to be done. And she didn't even see me come up to her. And I sat there with the photo, waiting for it to adjust, and she didn't move. She just kept doing her thing. She totally zoned in. So she's she's a different caliber of 3-year-old.
Oh god, oh wow. Could you, and how is it like I'm very curious to know like how is it, being a father and also making music, how is that?
Well, in my particular situation, it's very challenging. And the reason for that is because I have my son and my daughter have 2 different moms, and I'm with neither of them. So, I work, I do music, and I take care of them. It's not easy, but I don't find it hard either because I think I'm used to it. Like it was that thing. I don't know if you've heard that whenever you become a parent, it's almost like that's just the way it is. Like you're a father now. There's things you have to do. Like there's not even a second thought. It's just you just do them. So in that sense, I don't find it difficult being a father, even though it is difficult. But I don't find it as difficult as some may think. But it is time management. There's so much time management and so much that you have to be able to adapt to in order to make sure everyone is good. And it's difficult, but once you get into a routine of things, which is another reason why I love routines, everything just falls into place. There are hiccups, but I mean that's what being adaptable is all about.
Preach on, preach on.
So
You're wrong. And it's amazing that it's manageable. Like you're able to do everything you need to. And you get to enjoy time with them. That's very special.
Yeah, there are things that obviously I need to cut out from my life that I can't enjoy, which is fine because I feel like there's more important things such as spending time with my son and my
Yeah.
daughter. So I do squeeze my day in to make sure the things that are important get done. And when I do have some free time, I used to just like want to relax and I'd hop on a game or watch a movie. Now I don't even think twice about that because now when I have free time, it goes right back into music. I literally all my free time is now into music.
Oh, so music is your new relax time. Perfect
Yeah,
idea. Perfect
yeah.
idea.
And what the downside about that is though, I'm so out of the loop because I can't keep up with anything. So when there's new movies and stuff that comes out or TV shows, people ask me, "Oh, did you see this?" Like I have no idea what you're talking about. And then they tell me about some new musicians and this and that event. Like I have no idea. Like I wish I did, but that's why I need my tight circle of friends. When I see them, they update me, and yeah, I get the gist of things. But I can't, unfortunately, keep up to date with all the mainstream things that I used to. So that's one of the downsides.
I wouldn't call that a downside. I wouldn't call it a downside. If they're catching you up, like that's an upside. Like technically, you're still knowing. They're just catching you up days later.
Yeah.
You can always see. And I don't blame you. And I can see why earlier, when we mentioned about a label, like I don't, you couldn't be part of one. I can't see you with one because you wouldn't be able to handle all of that.
No, especially because then I'll have time because all I'll be doing is music. So the days I would be working like the 9 to 5 type of thing, I wouldn't be doing that. I'd just be music. If I get a project, I'll have time for it. But right now I can't.
That's alright. That's alright. Even texting, like I don't even text you most of the time because it's like, yeah, he's probably busy now.
Yeah, I'm most of the time I'm pretty busy, but I still try to find time. People contact me all the time, and I try to respond as quickly as I can, um, because my day is so busy. If I don't respond right away, I might forget because messages pile up, and I don't know who to get to first. And then I remember once work is done, I have these things to get done because there's a limited window. So whenever someone messages me, I try to respond immediately. Um, just to make sure they don't think I'm ghosting them or ignoring them because I'm
Yeah.
really not.
We don't want that, especially me, or moral being. We do not want that.
Yeah, no, it's I personally, when people don't message me right back, I don't mind because I know people are busy because I know I'm super busy.
Yeah.
So I don't take offense, but personally, when someone messages me, especially on Instagram, when that scene thing comes up and they know I've seen it, which is why usually I only look at my messages when I know I can respond. Unless it's a big message and it needs a big response, then I'll just put it in my memory to like, okay, yeah, you have to get back to this, but you can't right now because you're too busy.
Yeah. Like those paragraph long messages.
Yeah. I like them. I like reading long messages because it means it's going to be a very in-depth conversation, but
Yeah.
that means I can't just quickly write a 5-word message and it leave it at that. I wouldn't do it justice. So
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But now that you mentioned new music, along with this EP that's coming on the 13th, is there anything else that we should be looking forward to in the future from you, or are you just out of the blue?
well, no, I am working on the album. I'm hoping to get the album done by the summertime, hopefully. I will have to work very hard to get it done, but I'm working on a lot of features. So I do have the album with Chemo, The Key to More Greatness, that we're working on together for Real City Poets, which is going to be our group. I'm working on an EP as well as some singles and projects with Misunderstood. Actually supposed to go work with her tomorrow. Demon Rose. We're working on another project. Um, Another EP. I'm working on stuff with Big MC. We got a bunch of stuff that we're going to work on too because he sent me one track, but then he sent me a bunch of others. So we have more projects. So I have a lot of mini projects with other artists coming out. I can't give you a date because I don't even know when. But I'm hoping to get the album done, and I'm hoping to get some singles out at least once a month for this year. At least once a month, if not two. So I do have a lot of music planned for this year.
Oh, I am so excited. And wow, I've learned more about you in this hour than anybody could in a lifetime.
Well, that's what I like to tell people is if you want to know something, just ask. Because I probably won't showcase it or put it out there too much on my IG. I'll give you bits and pieces here and there, but if details is just ask.
Oh, you're not supposed to put your whole life on Instagram. No.
Exactly.
No. It's supposed to be a nice, almost like, you know how jobs are with the cover letter and then the resume?
Yeah.
Instagram's supposed to be the cover letter and then your origins are your resume.
I like that. I like that.
Absolutely. And they make it so you should put your life there, but even me, I don't put the entire, like, I don't say, like, my whole business. Like, if people want to know, they have to contact and ask me. Like, I don't just put it out there for anyone.
Yeah, no, it's like I like the analogy you have with the cover being like the enticement. It's okay. I want to learn more, so that's why people say, "Oh, slide into the DMs."
Exactly. And now I'm sliding to people's DMs, like, all the time now.
Yeah. No, it's been fun. That's one thing I've enjoyed is all the conversations I've had with so many different people. Um, I I feel like my circle of friends has grown, but a lot of people I haven't met in person, but I can still vibe with them. Like I can still talk with them openly, like we are friends, like we've been chilling for a while. It's really cool.
I know, it feels like that. I feel like when I talk to somebody and they're like across the world, it's like I've known you all my life. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's really cool.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. You never know.
Yeah, yeah,
But this was very nice, actually. I do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, this was exciting. Like, you have no idea. Like, I've always wanted one with you. I actually wanted one with all the Dramatic people. Well, not from the label. I know you're not part of the label. Like, people that he knows.
yeah.
Like I wanted to like do y'all. Like I did chemo and I did Big MC, and I did a bunch of other people. I wanted you to be in the mix too, and I did want to get a bunch of other people in too. That was like my whole goal, and it still is now. It still is part of my goals. It's just a little far fetched.
Well, still, I've seen your I think it's on Spotify, the list of people you've interviewed already. It's amazing. I just scrolled over and it just kept scrolling. Like, well, that's a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it is 135 episodes, I believe.
Jeez. So yeah, you're putting in work, and I'm sure you're gonna get more artists. It's just it's gonna keep growing.
It will, and it's gonna be very shocking when I reach 200. Now that'll be shocking.
Yeah, I mean, when those numbers start getting into the hundreds and into the thousands, um, it's interesting to look back to see the interviews where you started, how they've
Yes,
grown. It's gonna be such a trip.
exactly. I've sometimes done that. Like I've sometimes listened to my old stuff, like, oh, look how I was back then. Oh,
That's how I look at my writing. When I look back at old pads in my high school days, I'd look at it like, oh, what was I writing about? Like, why am I talking like this? Like, this is so bad. Uh, to look at the old you is always interesting.
it is. It's not just a nice feeling too, because it's like future nostalgia. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Anybody out there who's a pop fan, that was a good pun. That was a good pun. If you guys did not understand it, listen to Dua Lipa more.
Dua Lipa is actually really cool. I like her.
Yeah, and she's from the UK, so she's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've actually met. I've spoken to a lot of people from UK as well, and
Me too.
again, just the connections. They're just yeah, global. It's. I love it.
Oh yeah, and now that I'm meeting people from around the world, it's like oh my god, I never thought in a million years it could happen.
Yeah, this has been a trip. I've enjoyed my journey through music and all the people I've connected with. I couldn't. I would never have met these people otherwise. So I'm definitely grateful for all the connections I've got.
I'm grateful for you as well. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you came across the mind and like, and now that we're homies now, and now that I've had you and know you now, like, like to me that's like a very special bond, if you will.
Absolutely, it's another connection. It's just we're connecting the dots. All like.
Oh God, guys, why did you say connect the dots? Seriously?
That's what came to
Ugh.
mind.
You know, I'm gonna get you for that. I'll get your sweet pig. I'm just kidding, but I'm gonna get you for that. I can't believe you said that. I'm gonna get you. Yes, you will. I'm gonna get you. Yes, you wait. Montreal, here I come. Here I go. Anyway, seriously. I do want to thank you a lot for being here, for taking time out of your day. And look, it's not even 7 yet, or at least I don't know. I don't know how your time zones are. I get my nerves too much.
Well, it's funny because I was glancing over the time here and there just to out of curiosity, and we've definitely been talking for a bit for at least an hour.
Yeah, we're past an hour now.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's just that all it means is it was good conversation.
Yes, because um, Holden Stephen Roy was like this too, which I'm surprised you know Holden. I knew him for a while.
Yeah, he was one of the first guys I met when I created my first EP. He wanted to interview me, and then I did a live interview with him. I think that was definitely pre-pandemic, so had to be like what was it, 2018, I suppose.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, I've known him ever since, and we worked on projects together. And no, he's a really chill dude. I like him a lot.
he is really amazing. I mean, I interviewed him and he is insane.
Yeah, he can talk a while. When he gets on a subject, he has a lot to say. It's hard to stop
I
him.
know, yeah. It's like, and I knew my friends warned me. You know, when I told them it's like, musically, you've got to be prepared because he can talk on like your interview will turn to 2 hours, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, 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 no. I cannot have. I can't do 2 hours. No, I can't do 2 hours. No, no, no. I can't do 2 hours. No.
Yeah, he'll definitely take all day. But it's
Yes.
good though. It's always good conversation though.
Yeah. And soon he'll be back. He'll be back.
For
I mean,
sure.
he'll have lots to discuss. He'll have tons and lots. Um, but I appreciate you opening up. I've learned so much about you, and I'm excited for all the new stuff coming. Is there any last words you'd like to say to? Oh no! Wait! No! 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 Guys, I did it again. I forgot. See, I did this yesterday. I've been so caught up with the talking, I forgot one thing that we agreed on earlier. I forgot. Ugh, I feel stupid now. I feel
Oh,
dumb
what's
now.
up? The performance.
Yes, I forgot that. I forgot. I was gonna leave the show without even doing it. I'm sorry. Go right
Well, if you
ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, well, I was gonna say if you want, I'll just do the acapella since it's already been like an hour and a half. I don't want again. I don't want you having to do a 2 hour episode.
I'm okay with that. It doesn't really matter. Like we're homies. I'm fine with doing. And I don't know if the audience will listen to 2 hours, but that's fine.
All right, well, I'll just do this a cappella because this is still one song that I feel like hasn't gotten a lot of attention, but it's one of my favorite pieces that I've made. And doing it a cappella would probably, hopefully, do it more justice so people can hear what I'm saying.
They will. They will. Acapella's always been more impact. Let's run it up.
All right. So I love you, but what a way for me to end this. I served you my heart and you played it like it's tennis. Gave it nice incentives that would make our lives stupendous. The day you lie defensive is the day you try to mend us. Let me start over. Don't even know my own song. Damn.
Oh God! Oh,
Terrible. All right.
not bad.
I love you, but what a way for me to end this. I served you my heart and you played it like it's tennis. Gave it nice incentives that would make our lives stupendous. The day you try to mend us is the same you lie defensive. Always making some ultimatum to solve your hating. Put up walls complaining. It's cause I caught you and called it, ain't it? Stop explaining. It's time for us to face the facts. Can't chase the past or fake the last. We'd break like glass. There's nothing you can say that would. There's nothing you can claim that would change. God damn it. There's nothing you can claim for the pain that remains. Wow. I recited this to myself 2 days in a row.
Oh God.
There's nothing you can claim for the pain that remains. It's insane that a change might sustain us again. Because when it rains, then it pours. Then it drains, then it's warm. Then it drains, then it's warm. Then the flame is ignored back the same as before. And I just can't anymore because I'm running on E. You want to try, but my intuition doesn't agree. You raise my anger up 100 degrees. Thunderous speech, butting heads until our hearts bled in utter defeat. So much animosity, the kids can't not see it. It's getting harder to padlock secrets. So we're packed up leaving. But you won't even acknowledge that fact. Listen, we love you and we wish you could just take it all back. But sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes what you thought it was really wasn't. You can't sit and dwell because the past never changes. The only thing that lasts is the anguish. My heart is laid out, got thoughts with gray clouds. Without you in the picture, my legs dropped and gave out. Got a lot to say. How am I supposed to accept that you're gone and not jump when I'm so close to the edge? I'm broken and incomplete, smoking until I sleep. Keep drowning in booze and haven't been sober in over weeks. The hole is just way too deep to fill. It's so useless. I'd rather swallow a heap of pills. I'm so stupid. There's nothing I wouldn't do to be your family again. Cause I'm practically nothing if I'm not your man and your friend. And I cannot pretend like everything will be all right. I close my eyes and you're the only thing I see all night. I can't breathe. I lost my job, lost my dough, lost my mind, lost my soul, and lost control. Now I'm sitting gripping the picture of us long ago, staring death in the face, cause he's all I know. What else can there be for a wretch like me? I invested in our future like it was destiny, and now I'm drugged up excessively as I fade the black. I love you and wish I could take it all back, but sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes what you thought it was really wasn't. Can't sit and dwell because the past never changes. The only thing that lasts is the anguish, so let it go. I screwed up the first part, but my bad. I gotta work on my performance.
Hey, that was really good. I love that. I prefer that over, what you were gonna have later.
I'm gonna beat myself up for not doing it properly.
Oh, no, like this is what I love. Like I love the naturality. I'm trying to say, it. I love the organic feel. Like people really feel that you're happy. It's not like I have to edit things out. Like I'm not gonna edit that out. Like I love when people that make mistakes because it was like, I feel that you're fun. You're open. You're creative. So,
It's
to
true
me,
though.
you got A+ for me for your performance.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you gotta support musicians, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. Now that we got that straight, and I'm sorry, y'all. Any last words? Now is the time to say any lastly things. Now this is the time.
My last thing, I guess, would be just be good to each other. I think that's the only thing I can think of because especially now it's just I feel like a lot of people are just either feeling down, feeling oppressed, feeling separate, feeling just not good. And I feel like little things can help. So just be good to each other.
Preach on, preach on, preach on. Yes. Now, anybody that's not listening, take notes. You might need a few tips. See, I got y'all there.
Well, thank you very much for this interview. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a dream come true. I love your music and I will continue to love it.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. It's always nice to hear when people enjoy the music I make. It'd be nice to hear it more often, like a genuine like for or love, whatever it is, just to hear it once in a while. It's nice. Even though I'm just gonna keep trudging on and putting out music, and I got to take the good with the bad. But the praise once in a while, it definitely makes me happy.
Oh, that is so good to hear. Well, after we're done recording, I'll have a few surprises for you.
Oh, interesting.
A few surprises, but I'll keep the fun for now. Everybody, C.B.Mac again. This was amazing for you to be here. Y'all make sure to check out socials, especially you should, because it's really amazing. Make sure to pre-save, get the site crashing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yes. Make sure to check out all his previous music. If you guys are into a live mood, make sure to check out Devil's Night to watch his latest set. C.B.Mac is going to be set to return back to the concert series, so
yes.
Stay tuned. Make sure to stay tuned and make sure to pre-save Dust Mantle EP and get excited for all stuff coming.
Yes. Can't wait.
Me neither. Thank you again for coming. This was such an amazing experience, and I would do it anytime and every time.
Well, I'll let you know. I'll get together once I have some more stuff out and some news updates. I will definitely be back.
Yeah, I would love that. To the audience out there, thank you all for tuning in. Don't do anything stupid. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Love y'all. Peace out. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight as we dove into a wonderful podcast episode. Now, in this following segment, you will get a chance to hear this artist's showcase because every artist that comes on the show requires to do a showcase. So, buckle up, get some popcorn, and enjoy the showcase. I hope you guys love it, and check out the artist when you get a chance to. Hope you guys love it. Enjoy.
Yo, as I stare out the window of my life, I think on how it might be as simple as I'd like. No reasons left to be obsessed with things that dim my light. Now I breathe possessed with energies that rekindle my sight. Benevolent, but know to let the evil in despite, cause it's all about the balance within. Let the challenge begin, make connections like the galaxy bin. If there's no losses, then how are there wins? Now and again, I hear a voice howl in the wind, the sound of my kin, divine women and powerful men, building a palace that my family is proud to be in. So much love, I'm losing count of my friends. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, so I must trudge and pay the tolls for the afterlife. Soul forging sacrifice, most are oblivious or can't afford the massive price, and that's a shame. Sometimes the only way to heal's to laugh through the pain. I met the most beautiful ladies far from my home, gorgeous spirits that were scarred from their hearts to the bones, but still carried the hope that kept their self-love from leaving, and overcame the doubts and the demons. To my dudes putting hours till you're bleeding, cutting down on your sleeping, I wanna let you know someone is proud that you're achieving. If not me, it may be one day. We're all connected and destined to meet in some way. I'll be the pest that hit your windshield on the runway, and you be the pest that just wouldn't yield at the one way. I'll be the rebel in metal that's waving up gunplay, and you be the golf shirt in the Hyundai, and I'm done. Wait, must've missed church, forgot about Sunday. If you didn't catch that, you a rapper I done ate. Like when I finish work, I need a minute first to realize it's never been a dream, it's been a search. They say we only got one life, but what's the difference between my shine and sunlight? Everybody thinking that they know how it's done right, but really we all know how it's done, right? They say we only got one life, but what's the difference between my shine and sunlight? Everybody thinking that they know how it's done right, but really we all know how it's done like. Yo, Staring at the window in my head, I see it needs repairing, or the simpleton is dead. No single trickle shed for this hypocrite. Instead he's giving pickled eggs and scent with his sickle in the bed. All about the pistol for the bread, where you get clapped for shit you might have said. What's the risk if you get fed? Life's as fickle as the feds, born but wish that you had fled. Egos tickle with regret until they burst and explode. Supernova in a purplish tone, I'm steady surfing my zone. Destiny cursed to swerve it alone through versions unknown. And the cycle repeats right through the rice and the wheat, and right through the eyes you can't see. Can't see. They say we only got one life, but what's the difference between my shine and sunlight? Everybody thinking that they know how it's done right, but really we all know how it's done, right? They say we only got one life, but what's the difference between my shine and sunlight? Everybody thinking that they know how it's done right, but really we all know how it's done like.